Hi there, my name is James Birchall, and right now, like many of you, I'm stuck at home, or shall we say, safe at home, under the COVID-19 lockdown. Now, before all that happened, I was heavily involved in networking, and probably like you, I use business cards. But, well, they say necessity is the mother of invention, and I've been looking for ways to create a more dynamic way to connect with the people that I meet. And so most of us carry these around, right? This is a smartphone. Well, this is the new Apple 11 Pro, whatever. But what I wanted to show you today is something that makes the traditional business card quite a bit more redundant and takes advantage of this in a very interesting way. So let me start off by trying to sort of get this. So this is the front screen. Now, instead of a business card, what I'm going to suggest you consider doing is changing the lock screen on your phone so that it shows a QR code like that. And that just means that when somebody comes near you, asks for your contact information, you just you touch the front of your screen. Here, look. Simply tap your screen, up comes your QR code, and they scan it. If it's an iPhone, they just have to turn the camera on and it'll read the QR code automatically. And if it's an Android, I believe it does exactly the same. But what makes that particular QR code interesting is what it's connected to. So let me show you. Let me see if I can bring this up. There, this is what it's connected to. It's connected to a really simple Facebook Messenger chatbot. And that, what you see on the screen right now, is one that I've written. But more importantly, not only have I written it, I'm giving it to you. In fact, I'll show you how to get hold of it at the end of this short video. And of course, you can customize it, which is the intent, because you don't really want to be sending people pictures of my face and links to my website. But let me just walk you through this. Now, when the QR code is scanned on your phone, this chatbot, Messenger chatbot, comes to life and actually starts taking your newfound contact through a series of messages. Now, I'm not going to get into explaining too much about how chatbots are created here, but this is a very simple one. This is essentially a single flow, and you're looking at it across the screen. And what it does is it sort of says something like, well, let's zoom in here so we can see. It says something like, there we go. Hi, first name. I'm James's digital assistant, Jimbot. By the way, it's a good tip to never pretend to be sort of a living entity. Always let people know that they're talking to a digital assistant. So I say, I'm James's digital assistant. It's wonderful connecting with you. Then I load up my picture so they can remember what I look like. Then there's a little bit of humor. And then I go for an email grab and a text message grab. And then once I've got it, what we then say is, of course, I put a picture of Mr. Burns here doing his proverbial evil genius chuckle, and then say something about sorry about bot humor. Then we send them an email with my contact information in it, name, email, link, phone number. And then depending on whether they roll straight into the next thing or whether they click the button, it then brings them up this menu that says what next. So rather than trying to sort of show you this on a screen, let's actually run up an example and show it to you. Here we go. So this is up on the screen inside Facebook Messenger. Let's close a few of these extra windows that opened, and you can see it says, hi, I'm James, digital assistant Jimbot, a little picture of a bot. It's wonderful connecting with you. Ignore this message here. It's because I've been testing and running this so many times that it thinks obviously I've had this conversation before, and I have. And it said, I'm sure you meet lots of interesting people, so here's a photo of James to help you remember him. He thinks he's unforgettable. Who am I to shatter his illusions? Now remember, they've just scanned your phone, so they're standing probably in front of you at the time. So, obviously they realize they're talking to a bot. Then I've put my web address at the bottom, and it says that's his personal. Remember, I'm the bot writing to the person we just connected to. So it says that's his personal website link above, and it's where you'll find his online courses. Now, of course, you can change this to say whatever you want. This is where it gets interesting. By the way, Facebook asked me to confirm this is the best email. And look, it's grabbed the email address dynamically associated with that Facebook account. They don't even have to type anything in, so they just have to click. All right. And then it turns around and it says, and your cell phone number, and tells them how to type it in. So we'll just type in, there we go, and press enter. Excellent. So now we've got their email address and we've got their cell phone number for Facebook messaging, email messaging, and text messaging. All 3 pieces of information with 1 click and 1 input, which is a phone number. And now it says, excellent. Sorry about the bot humor. It's on par with dad jokes. I'm a dad, so my kids are all grown up, but they still make fun of my humor. By the way, I just sent you an email with James's contact info. Check your spam folder. If it doesn't show up in a few minutes, what would you like to do next? Now, this is a gallery of cards, and this is completely editable, so you can make this look however you want. Now, I've just put a picture, and it links to my web pages. So I've got my course directory, my Twitter feed, my company page. We build chatbots, so this is links to one of those. Take them to my Facebook page, take them to one of my TV show episodes. Yes, I crashed a car at 200 kilometers an hour. It really hurt, and I messed up a few ribs, bit through my tongue as well. This is the show itself. Again, these are just cards that allow you to link to anything else. Now, the point is, you can pick any one of these, and if you click on it, I'm not going to do that for you because it'll just take you to one of my websites like LinkedIn or something. But there's also this. And if you click on Contact James, then it'll say, okay, James, because obviously this is a bot talking to me. So it says, okay, James has been notified. So if you were running this bot and your name was Paul, it would say, okay, Paul, James has been notified. You wish to get in touch. Bye for now. Now, this has actually messaged me here, letting me know that somebody's connected with me and that you want to connect. Now, of course, if they've done that immediately while they're talking to me, it's kind of unlikely. But the point here is that an email's been sent. We've captured quite a bit of information, and it's all sitting now in a mechanism where I can get hold of that individual in 3 different ways. And it was all with the scan of a QR code. So let me show you how to get hold of this, if you want it, of course. So I've got a link, and it's going to allow you to install a template. Now, a template is sort of a cluster of developmental pieces inside ManyChat, a bot. So it's going to be a flow and what's known as a growth tool. And let me show you. Oh, let's find out. Let's go to the link. Let me close that. That's my account. There we go. It's called QR Networker. And that's the link. So let's copy that link. I'm going to put this link here somewhere on this page so that you can click on this link and follow the prompts. Now I'm actually going to do this together so you can see exactly how this works. So I've copied it, and what I'm going to do is, pretty much what you would do, and it goes a bit like this. So you'd open up a new browser. So we'll go to a new browser window like that, and we'll paste the template link. Now you will need a ManyChat account, and you will need a pro account. Now, a pro account allows you to do some very cool things, and for $10 a month, it's pretty much worth it. Emailing, text messaging, and all of the other fancy stuff. You can use the free version, but you won't necessarily be able to do all the things that I've coded into this bot. So it's got one growth tool. That's the QR code trigger that sets it off, and then the flow, which you saw. So what we'll do is we'll hit install. Now it's going to want to put it somewhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to install it here. This is our dev page for Chatbot Forge, which is our company. So we'll install it there. It's going to install one growth tool and one flow. So let's do that. Install now. Yes, I see that's all installed. We're good. Right. So if we go to growth tools, you see it's installed QR networking bot. And if you go and look in flows under QR networker, you will see there it is. See, that's the flow that I just showed you. And of course, the difference now is you can see that there's this trigger on the front called a growth tool, and that's what fires it up and gets it going. So really all you have to do is click on it and click edit flow, and move your way down and change whatever text you want to change. I do recommend that you remove my face and maybe, my name and a few other things. So, if your name's Bob or Mary, hi, I'm Mary's digital assistant. I mean, if it's Mary, I don't know, call it Marbot or something, or whatever. I mean, just don't pretend it's you, right? And you can, of course, change this however you want, but I'm giving this to you as sort of a template so that you can just sort of get going quickly. So follow along. You just click on each one of these and change them. Like, for instance, you click into it and you start typing. You click here and you start typing. You click there and you pick a different picture, because that's obviously not you, that's me. Change this link, click everywhere, and you'll see it's pretty straightforward. What else do I want you to change? You can leave that particular GIF in there if you want. If you want more animated GIFs, go to Giphy.com and just follow the prompts. I mean, if you type in, here you go, evil, then you'll find if you click on a picture and you say copy the link, it will actually give you the link to the GIF. See? There. And then you can use that over in here. You can either install, upload the picture or put a link in. You'll see. This, of course, fires off an email. This is the part that required the pro version, right? So if you don't want to include this, by all means remove it. But this one says, thanks for scanning my QR code. Again, my face. A moment ago, you scanned my code. Here's my contact information, email, website, phone number, etc. And then once they've clicked this, it takes them over here, which is what next. Now, what next is really a stack or a deck of cards. And you can see them all down here, right? So each one of these cards. And if you don't want to use that many, just click up here where it says delete, and you can delete them. And of course, what you want to do is you want to go in and you want to click on them, change the picture, then click here, and then change the text, and down here, change the link. And that, as they say, is that. And finally, oops, I need to show you one more thing. And finally, down here, you've got this contact James. Now, this is a thing that performs actions, and they're over here. And again, because this is a pro account, what this will do is it will notify me by messenger and email, and it will say, you want to connect with me. And of course, right now, because this is our development account for Chatbot Forge, you can actually see my partner and myself here, but I'm going to delete this momentarily because we don't want this one in here anyway. My name's James Birchall, and this has been a sort of I guess a bit of free training to show you how to use a smartphone to create a business card and tie it to a chatbot so you can get email addresses, messenger bot information, and text messaging, and then use it as a very sort of natural way to build the conversation with your new contacts. And of course, you don't necessarily need to just leave that QR code on the front of your phone. You can put it on your website, you can put it on a sticker, you can leave it anywhere that anyone can point at that QR code, and you're away to the races. Ooh, one last thing. Let me show you something. My QR code here has my logo in the middle. You can change it and put your logo in it, and it will shove it in the middle of the QR code there. See? Simple when you know how. Take it easy.